What up, and welcome back. This is a conversation show where we discuss movies, TV, gaming, comics, pretty much everything in the fandom space. And it's coming from an artist and creatives with some insight into the entertainment space. And we are the movie disciples. We got Dre, He's got a way with words, aka the storyteller. We got Juice Wayne, aka the prophets, aka the visionary. We got G, Mr. Misogyn G, aka the interrogator, aka put your ass through the ringer, aka put you through the fire, aka because he's the truth seeker. And we got myself, aka the assembler, aka Nick Nigga Fury, aka Disciples Assemble. We are the movie disciples.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
And
let's go.
If you're enjoying what you're listening to and or watching or doing both, make sure you guys follow us on all of the social media and definitely follow and subscribe to everything that you're listening to from Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Audible, all that good stuff. Follow us and share with a friend. Make sure y'all follow and share, please. I know y'all hate hearing that, but I feel like we got some good product and we're gonna keep pumping out good product and material for you guys. All right, man. So I know we're a couple weeks, I don't say late, but let's talk about Spider-Verse for a little bit. It's still dominating or doing the damn thing in the box office. Everybody got a chance to see it, right?
Yup.
Yes, sir.
So
somebody ain't say yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
G.
Oh, yeah, I said yes, sir.
G, you ain't seen it yet?
That fool boosted.
This I was waiting for.
Oh, man, nobody still ain't seen it?
I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this Audible. G, so you ain't seen?
You ain't seen it yet?
I even texted this man the other day.
G don't watch movies. We gotta put hashtag G don't watch movies.
It's just I was waiting for the Audible. So I'm like, so you ain't seen the Black Spider-Man? I know you ain't seen the Black in it. So you don't support Black artists? Is that what we doing, brother?
I ain't seen Secret Invasions either. And that's Nick Fury stuff. So
exactly. I knew it. See?
Dang, that boy colorblind the wrong way.
Right. Is it Dodgers or is it like Uncle Ruckus, I just haven't. Hey, full disclosure, I have not had the time I'd like to give it with undivided attention, to be honest. And I'm not gonna bootleg that for sure.
Damn. Missing out, man. Missing out. I'm like, the movie's so good, they put out 2 versions of that shit. And I seen both of them somehow.
So did you notice the differences?
I didn't I thought I was tripping the second time I saw it because I didn't realize until literally right after that they talked about it. So semi-spoiler G, there's a part where Spider-Man 2099, he calls for help. What's her name's Lydia or something like that, right? And she, she talks to him, and all of a sudden at one point she takes a selfie with him, and just something funny and put some rabbit ears on him. And then the second version, she doesn't do that. So the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I laughed. And the second time, I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was like, "Wait, something feel different." I was like, "Am I tripping?" I didn't catch it until I got back to the crib. I was like, I knew I wasn't going crazy. I was like, "Nigga," see, that's the type of shit. What's it? The fucking what's the Mandela effect?
Mandela effect.
Yeah.
5 years from now, they gonna say they never put out 2 versions of that movie, nigga. Y'all gonna be tripped out.
That's what it's gonna be, yo. It'd be like universes collide. This the real Spider-Verse. Watch out. That's what they gonna say, yo. I know some of them had different text bubbles. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that they were different scenes completely though.
Yeah, I don't think
were there?
I don't think all of it is, but what you saying?
No, I said I didn't know there were completely different scenes.
Yeah, well, I'm curious to see how much is I haven't gotten a chance to deep dive to find out where like how much is different. I just remember like seeing that and feeling weird about it, and then having to see it on YouTube, and I was like, that shit did happen. I was like, I knew I was like, I know I ain't going crazy, man. Like, ain't no way. Like something a little different.
Nah, true.
Trying to get my ass.
That's wild. I might have to go take another trip to the theater. I plan on watching it twice. Like I remember I was like, I'm gonna go watch it again. But then I just never got around to it. So maybe I should watch it 2 extra times. One more time for G.
Right. Shit. I got a list. If you want the whole list, let me know.
All right. Slight audible. G, what have you seen?
What have I seen?
Yeah.
Danny, you put me on the spot.
Hashtag G don't watch movies.
Right. I got your HBO Max account, so that's going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
But what'd you watch with that HBO Max account?
Right.
I watched old films with the HBO Max account. To be honest,
You said you watched what?
Old films.
Like I watched Conan the Barbarian.
Damn, let me think.
I'll take the spotlight off G for a little bit. I started watching Silos not too long ago on Apple TV.
Apple joint, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's like I like it. It's super suspenseful, right? But like I'm still like every time I watch it, and I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like it's weird. Like it keeps you like it's a journey. It keeps you on a thread, but it's like a really like loose leash. So it like lets you out there into the world, and then you're like, man, like I feel like I'm supposed to get more. So then you go watch the next episode, right? So I think I'm on episode 5 or 6, I think. I don't know how many episodes are in it. But like it's good as far as suspense and making you think and making you wonder like what's up. Go ahead.
Do they release all their episodes at once on Apple?
Nah, usually they do it every week.
Okay.
But I think Silos has been out for a while though, because I've been seeing it for a while. I just never started watching it. And then I was at a game night the other night, and we was all playing games or whatever, chilling, drinking, whatever, black people shit. And then they started talking about different movies. So I was like, oh, okay. So then started watching it. It was good. I say check it out. Something to revisit.
Like that you was watching the first season, right? Because I'm like, am I tripping, or is it 2 seasons, or they announced the second season?
I think they might have announced the second season because when I was scrolling through, like my TV was loading, the Apple TV was loading. So it was just the blocks, but it was only like 5 extra blocks. So it wasn't like 8 to 10 extra blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just trying to get to the episode. So I'm like, I don't care about the title cards. I need to see this episode play. We got a certain amount of time to watch TV. Got to make it all count.
Big facts.
Right.
Big facts. Yeah.
Yo, Vince about to get jumped by Vegeta.
I know. Plotting in the back.
Just plotting in the back. Dog.
Juice's set up. He got looks like Vegeta. Is that Batman back there too?
Michael Myers.
Okay.
In the box. He just saying I ain't took him out of the box yet.
Yeah, keep it in mint condition, baby. Collector's item.
All right.
Okay, Silos. I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I heard all the Apple shit been dope so far. I don't got membership, but I got access to this shit though, so I'm gonna have to start watching it.
Same. The only thing I really checked out on Apple is Ted Lasso. And that's
Is that funny? I heard it's good.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like funny and like inspirational in a way where like Ted has like the corniest jokes, but he's so full of heart. And yeah, I just like the show. It's like it's just such everybody just has a good spirit for the most part on the show. So it's okay, hopeful. Like it has me wanting to get more invested into football, aka soccer, for Us Americans. So I was like, okay, look at this. I'm actually invested in this show. I want to see what happens. And I'm in the third season. I think it's supposed to be the concluding season, but I haven't gotten to the end, so I don't know if it really is or they were just saying that. Who knows? But yeah, every time I hear about Apple stuff, they just say it's good ass product. I'm like, hey, Apple puts out legit stuff. So I need to hop into Silo and shit. Probably a lot of other stuff on there too. So I think M. Night Shyamalan got a TV show on there that I heard that's pretty good. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I want to say it has like maybe 3 or 4 seasons. I'm going to blank on the name. Let me see. M. Night Shyamalan.
I know Idris Elba got something new over there. I don't know if it's a movie or a show.
Yeah, I think it's a movie. I think it's called Hijack, I think.
Yeah. I've been hearing that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's a show.
Yeah, the M. Night Shyamalan show was called Servant. I think they just ended the series this year.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 seasons.
Okay, so I got to do a little binge on Apple TV. I just started back watching season 3 of Warrior on HBO. Well, not HBO Max, but Max. That
Max.
show based on the writings of Bruce Lee.
Fire.
That show, it's like, I don't know if y'all seen any of the other seasons, but that shit is fire, bro.
I have it on my list. I was getting ready to hop into it, but at the same time, like for new shows, you want to make sure that you're actually like in tune and watching the shit. So I'm like, I don't want to just like put it in the background while I'm over here trying to edit it or having to like look over other stuff.
Well, the thing about this show is it don't like require too much of you. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty straightforward in terms of the story and following the story. Like it ain't extra deep. You know what I'm saying? Like the fight scenes are dope as fuck. It's pretty much it gives you like a further look into like Chinese and white American relations.
Yeah.
Starting from back then, and it's just based on like real writings from Bruce Lee. And so you just kind of get to see, I don't know, I guess almost a different side of America. I don't know how much is actually based on like true story and how much is fabricated for TV.
Yeah.
But it's real dope though. That shit is dope. Like it's easy to follow. It's well crafted. The story is well done. Like the actors are dope. Like even rewatching the new season, I'm like, damn, some of these cats. Because I think the dude that play
Armadillo
Sub-Zero in the Mortal Kombat movie is in it.
Yeah. I saw him. I was like, oh, okay, all right. So yeah, I'm gonna check that shit out. Trying to think what else.
Then I know Jack Ryan season 3 just started, which I'm gonna start that on Amazon because the last couple seasons been dope as shit with John Krasinski.
Yeah, I heard that, man. So much out where it's like I feel overwhelmed. Shit, that's how I feel about music. That's a whole nother conversation. But it's so much out where it could be it's good quality or they just putting a bunch of stuff out and it's like, is it good? Is it not? Because they put a bunch of movies out on streaming as well. And back in the day, a movie went straight to streaming and or Blu-ray, DVD. That shit was probably cheese. But now ain't no telling. Like we talking about Extraction 2, that came to Netflix, and that should have been in the theaters. Like this is 20 years ago. That would have been straight to theaters. Like that would have made $150 million in the box office.
Extraction would have made buku dollars, yo. It would have made crazy, ridiculous.
Yeah, it would have. It really would have, because that shit was just a solid, good old-fashioned action movie. Like just not too crazy over the top, and the story was good.
Yeah.
It was believable.
If you asked anything more of that movie, then I think you just being picky. But going back with what you said, though, I think personally,
nah, you know what you can ask for? A sequel.
Exactly, which they already been greenlit that shit. So
Yeah.
That shit
Right,
is already
right,
green
for
lit.
sure.
But TV is definitely kicking movies ass right now when it comes to consistency and quality of product. Like the TV world is getting it right most of the time. It's the movies and getting people to the movies that's fucking the industry up right now.
Yeah, Mike. Trying to think how like we and people just in general like to get back into the movies. Like I'm obviously I feel like we all love both. So yeah, TV's whooping movies ass at the moment because starting off talking about Spider-Man like as it should still be dominating the box office, but Indiana Jones, nobody saw it really, and that budget was 300 million from what I heard. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what happened? Like, I guess the real question is like, who is it made for?
Honestly, aside from which we've touched on it before, just the quality of theaters and I guess providing a like premium experience for people to want to go to the theaters again. I also wonder if things like social media play a part because it's like, say what I just with even actors, like the fact that you're seeing a lot of these actors all the time, sometimes every day, depending on who y'all personally follow, it just kind of takes the mystique away from the actor. Therefore, you don't have as much incentive to get out of the bed, get dressed, and go see a nigga in the movie because you're seeing this nigga every day on
I agree
IG
with
and some
that.
shit.
I agree
You
with
know
that
what I'm saying?
100%.
Or not even that, or just you're just seeing other content on your phone that a lot of times might be more entertaining than the movie that's playing in the theater. So it's like movies are competing with more than just movies now. You're competing with TV, you're competing with YouTube, nigga, you're competing with TikTok. So it's like that's why I'm saying more has to go into the movies now.
How can you make a full feature film that's going to give you the dopamine rush of flipping through a TikTok, of flipping through all the other social medias? That's going to be the biggest question.
Yeah.
Like, because people's attention spans are way smaller,
Man, it's so
so
short.
people don't want to take that whole journey. And then, like you said, I could wake up in the morning and not even put clothes on, not even brush my teeth, not even roll over, and just start ingesting content, as opposed to getting up and then having to go to the theater, right? So how do you compete with that? Right.
Yeah. Oh, and I think the only way I've seen people pull people out is if a certain person has a draw. Like Zendaya, she gonna get people at the movie theater probably. Spider-Man, I don't know about Tom Holland by himself, but the IP Spider-Man will get niggas to the movie theater. I can't
That's true.
guarantee that for any other character in Marvel unless they bring Iron Man back. But Spider-Man gonna get niggas there. For DC, I'm not sure who that is. Maybe Batman and Joker will definitely do that. I think when Joker 2 drops, that's gonna be a redeeming thing for DC. So it just depends on what people want to see. And often I think that whatever the chatter is online kind of dictates that. So if something is buzzing online, like when Joker was the first one was coming out and all the memes and all that shit made it popping, that's what made that shit more popular and made niggas go see the movie. And then even after it turned out to be good, it was like it blew up even more. So it just, I don't know, man. It's tricky.
You gotta have a social media ad campaign now for your movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you got to cater to that these days.
It ain't going nowhere. Social media ain't going nowhere. So how do we adjust, adapt, and use it to get people in the theaters?
That's a good ass question. Because I was gonna ask, like, is it too much access to damn near everything? Like I said, I'm like, we have so
sometimes
services like that.
I mean, because think about it. It's like now that think about just to say even Netflix, the fact that we got Netflix and now you got access to these collection of movies on Netflix, and to just take that away, And just think like when you had owned all of those movies, but just like the individual DVDs, it was just something more. It's like the more access you get, the more you don't really watch shit.
That's true.
Like I got damn near all these streaming services, nigga, and I'm always talking about, man, there ain't shit to watch. But nigga, you got literally every movie you love at the push of a button. So I don't know. I think that translates in the real world with, like we were saying, with content and actually going to the movies. Unless people really want to see some shit, it's kind of hard to get them there unless you're providing them with more than just the movie as an experience. Like I think things need to be a lot more immersive when it comes to leaving your house to go see a movie. Cause like dining in the theater is cool until you got niggas walking in front of you when the movie done started because niggas didn't order food. Or when niggas keep drinking drinks and now niggas is chattering and talking behind you because they getting a little tipsy. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a fine line between some of those things. But I think ultimately everything needs to cater to the experience you get when you go.
I used to love the dine-in theater. Like when I first started getting into it, I was like, "Yo, what?" I'm like, I can eat some.
Yeah, the concept was dope.
I mean, some of the best food I've had has been in dining theaters. I'm not even gonna flex. Like
what studio movie grill with the coconut tenders, nigga?
Just slap.
You should enjoy slap.
I was like, yo. And then like it was just like certain movies. I'm like, man, like somebody walking in the way. I'm like, can you shut up? Like, you know, like you got to figure out when to press the button. So I'm like, I was like, the last time I went to Studio Movie Grill, I saw The Wolf of Wall Street. And I was like, okay, it's a perfect movie to watch. This shit. It's a big long ass dramedy. You know, I can press the button now. And it was like that. It wasn't crowded that day. It was like a Wednesday at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I did all a bunch of shenanigans and shit. But yeah, certain movies, I'm like, nah, nigga, like, I don't want anybody walking in the way, like, leave me alone. I know G loved them fucking dine-in theaters. That nigga telling me, what's the theater you told me to go to out here that you got out there too?
iPick.
I heard about iPick. I haven't been before though.
Yeah, that's G Jam. He was like,
nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I went there, Jasmine. I went there last year for, so it might have been our anniversary. Man, we saw that last was it not the Harry Potter, the spinoff of Harry Potter, the Secrets of Dumbledore, whatever that's called, Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore. I went to sleep.
I only seen one Harry Potter movie, and that's the first one.
That's one more than I've seen.
I will watch the rest of them one day. We'll get done.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Yeah, like I can't talk. Like I saw the first 4, and then I never watched them again until I got with Jasmine because she's a huge Harry Potter head. Like she loves that.
My girl is a huge Harry Potter and like Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings now.
I ain't never seen that,
but Harry Potter, man, I just couldn't.
Ain't watch all the Lord of the Rings either, dog. Who failing?
What? All right, okay. Like, let's go on this route. Since like talk about Indiana Jones, kind of. Let's ask around. You say you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, Dre. I haven't either.
Oh damn! Y'all ain't seen none of them shits.
I ain't seen.
I think I might have seen a piece of the first one, but I don't even remember.
Yeah, like I woke up one morning.
That's the movie that got me even into like those fantasy sci-fi, well, not even sci-fi, but like those fantasy style movies. That was like the first movie that kind of, there was The Matrix, but that's like a different type of thing. That's super sci-fi.
For sure.
Lord of the Rings was more like, because I was mad I even had to go see it. So that was the thing. I was like, I don't want to see this bullshit, bro. But when I went to go see it, and I knew it was long, but like I literally stayed up the whole time and it was fucking good, bro. Like the story, it was like watching a live storybook. Like in the screen, like that shit was fire, bro. I don't know how it would hit y'all today with all the movies we've seen and technology and shit as it is today, but back then that shit was
I think we can respect a good story still.
Yeah.
I think we can still. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, we can't watch dang, what was that movie? Dang, it was the one with the big dragon flying in the never ending story. I don't think we can get away with watching like a never ending story nowadays, dog. Them graphics,
Nah,
boy.
that shit.
That puppet stuff, dog. That wasn't it, dog.
I used to watch the shit out of that movie too.
Never
It was
story was
it,
fire.
dog.
We were showing our age. That
It was it, dog.
I used to love
But
that
I
movie.
think trying to see that, yeah, nah. I think trying to see that now, nah, bro, it wouldn't work.
Gee, you used to never in the story.
Oh, you saying like if they decided to redo that concept, you don't think it would work?
I think it would work if they redid it for sure. I'm just talking like old school never ending story. That thing, like watching that right now, nah, bro, that would not be it.
Gee, you see Indiana Jones movies? You got the hat on. What you see any of them?
This nigga ain't seen that one and got the Indiana Jones hat on. Hey, I'm laughing. I ain't seen none of them shits either, but I ain't like, I don't know. I just never really got into them shits like that, man.
I used to love Temple of Doom. That's my man who just
Is that the one with the heart?
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's the only one I remember though, with the big rock and the heart.
Yeah, like
That's
took
it,
his hand in his chest, and
Like, I remember scenes from it. Like,
Yeah.
I just know pieces from it, but I can't say I've sat and like watched it through. Like,
so the plan I was wanted to go with was like go back and revisit all four of them before I tried to watch it as it came out. And I started watching a little bit of the first one. It was late night after I got off work, so I was tired so I passed out. And so, just time fucking up. And then I was trying to go see the new one. And, yesterday was 4th of July. So they had no discounts. I was like, I ain't paying $15 to go see this. So I'm going to catch this on a matinee for 12 or something or 10. Or I find this shit another week, next week for 6. Because, nobody's talking about the movie like that. I heard it's cool, but they could have just left it where it was. And
I just don't think people are interested. Like people are trying to relive the nostalgia of like the Star Wars and everything from back then. But it's like, much love to Harrison Ford. I'm happy that he's still working. But at the same time, my guy, like nobody believes that you're gonna be, raiding King Tut's tomb, bro. Like you too old for that, man.
actually, that's interesting that Dre touched on that, because I think that's also, there's a fatigue in that too. Like the nostalgia shit and the remake shit can only work for so long before niggas get tired of all the shit that they putting out and just want some new shit. That's it. Like that's all we want. Like new, like it's older movies I watch now and be like, bro, they just don't even make these simple type of movies. Like when can we get another Superbad? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's like everything is just literally being fed. I ain't gonna say everything,
but the climate's different too, though, right? The climate, like people are a lot softer now, I guess. It can't take jokes, and then you gotta, that politics comes into the game. Like there's like we've talked about this before, like Tropic Thunder. You can't do a Tropic Thunder right now.
No, yeah, that's facts, bro, but that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
So these movies they're trying to play it really, really safe, and also it costs so much money to make these movies, and you don't get it on the back end, right? You're not getting that extra money somewhere else, Hence, going back, but we had this conversation, even you know what I'm saying, like you don't get your money on the back end, you don't get your money 5 years later, you don't get your money 10 years later, right? You don't get a VHS release, then a DVD release where everybody's like, oh, I got to get The Preacher's Wife on DVD now. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, nah, get it on like
because now it seems like every project that gets greenlit has to damn near to the executives be a guaranteed,
blockbuster.
At least they breaking even back. So that's why they know if they touch a certain IP and a nostalgia raise, like, okay, we know Indiana Jones going to at least bring a certain amount of people in, at least so we can break even. This is what they thinking, because like what Dre said, because they don't have the dependency of the box office like that anymore. They don't have the dependency of residuals and back end pay, except for the streaming platforms that are paying top dollar to get these movies made, they're getting their return, but everybody that's involved with creating the shit not getting their return. So that's why you're seeing a lot more virtual productions versus actual locations, because they trying to cut costs as much as possible, because they're not getting nearly as much as they were in the back end anymore.
Which makes no sense.
So that shit is making the art suffer too.
Yeah, like makes no sense. Like the budgets are getting higher to be on virtual sets. You actually probably be cheaper just going to the set. So
just going
technology.
What you said?
I said just going practical will be cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and that's why TV is damn near looking equivalent, if not better than movies, because with TV, we always kind of expect TV to be a little like, we never expect it to look as good as like the movies looking shit. But like now,
Michael Bay
stuff like even Superman and Lois, that shit look like a Man of Steel spinoff, nigga. The Superman and Lois show. Even like with the effects and the fight scenes, like them shits is up to par, nigga, like all the way.
They put effort.
And that's CW.
Yeah,
so,
like they put effort into that shit. I feel like I thought I heard that it was supposed to be on HBO Max or whatever, that old DC app that was supposed to have like Doom Patrol and Titans on there, and then that got shut down, so they threw it on HBO Max. I thought it was supposed to be on HBO Max, but then they brought it over to CW. So like it looks like a streaming type of show. It just happens to be on CW. Yeah, but like they
you can watch it on HBO Max. They just don't have this current season on there yet.
I feel like it'd probably be on there maybe late August, because it just ended 2 weeks ago. So
Superman Lois just ended?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like the good thing about YouTube TV, and finally like I can record it, so they didn't have the CW or whatever the concurrent whatever they would show it on out here on YouTube TV. So finally I got it on there. I was mad. I ain't waiting for HBO Max, because I could just record it and just fast forward through that bitch, because trying to watch on CW like week after week. Same thing with The Flash, where I fell off of that. I was like, I'm not trying to watch these ads or something.
The commercials are rough, man. They're rough. And they're so poorly placed.
Yeah. I'm like, what is this? Like, come on now.
Like right before some fire shit about to happen, they throw an ad in, bro. That shit be killing me, yo.
It takes you completely out the story, man. Like, completely. You like, I know I need toothpaste. All right, I don't want to see it while Superman about to punch somebody in the mouth. No pun intended.
And maybe that's a thing too, because a lot of people are probably watching their movies with ads. So it's like, it's hard for niggas to get into shit if y'all placing the ads right in the middle of in the moment where a nigga can get into something. And it's like, okay, I know y'all trying to get your dollars and your money, but
that's what it is, bro.
Like, do everything got to be about that? Like, that don't always, just like, clearly that ain't always proven to be a good thing when you make it all about the money.
But you got to remember though, right? The film industry is the only industry that was made not to solve a problem. Everything else solves a problem. The film industry was made just to make
boredom, I guess. But yeah, I guess you mean like an economic problem or something?
Yeah. It was made just to make money. That's what it was made for. Like you can throw the art and the artist. You can put, you can sprinkle it with creative energy, but at the end of the day, the film industry was made to make money. Like, what I'm saying?
That's true.
Between the technology and between just the production, it's made to make money. So, as annoying as it is, that's where we're at.
I guess it just stands out more now because the art trash. Not
it's taking
all
a hit.
of it, but
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know, but niggas be watching Tubi and the damn stupid ass freebie with ads all of a sudden. Like they tune in, like they watch some bullshit over there. Like watch an old movie. I guess because it's something old and they don't care about the ads. But I couldn't do it. I'm like, what is this? Like, or I signed up for Peacock, and I thought I signed up for Peacock Premium, right? So for the movies, I get 4 minutes of ads up the top, and I watch the whole movie. But for a TV show, I still got ads in that bitch. So that's why I haven't watched the second season of Bel Air, because I'm like, I gotta get my mind mentally ready. I'm like, all right, nigga, it's gonna be a solid 2 hours. So I gotta watch, the 40-minute show, 42-minute show plus ads in between, like some old school stuff. Like, I have no problem with it. At the same time, it's like it's not how it is like watching something live, right? Back in the day, if you watching it live, okay, commercial, like in your head, you can time it. Okay, I got 2 minutes. With the ads, like it might show, like it shows you at the same time. It's like you don't know, never is going to pop up. Oh, it's an ad now. Oh, shit, I got to run off. Like at least back in the day, it's like okay, this show is 22, 23 minutes. Then we have commercial in the next like in the first 6 minutes. You walk off, come back. It's fucking.
Well, they got more commercials during primetime hours as well. When you watch these shows at like 12 or 1 o'clock at night, there's damn sure there's like no commercials. It's like a straight through. When you watch it at like a 5, 6 to 8, commercials galore. Something to think about. So
okay.
They know what they do.
Yeah, man, it's an interesting time with all that shit right now.
Yeah.
Do anybody know of I know we were supposed to hear something about it, but I know did anybody know of like the actors or SAG went on strike too?
Ooh, I don't know.
The deal got extended, I believe, until I want to say until next week. I want to say either the 10th or the 12th, something like that. I have to double check and look at it, but I think I saw it on Variety saying that they extended the deal because I was waiting for it to drop on, I think the 30th, that Friday, and then like that morning it popped up and it was like SAG extended the deadline. So see sometime next week if it's still happening. I feel like they're probably coming closer to an agreement, I would hope. But I don't know. Ain't looking too good right now.
Right.
Well,
we'll see.
Back to the trial of G.
Damn.
You had time to think. What have you seen in the month of June? Besides Transformers.
I did see Transformers. And I was gonna say that, but damn, that don't count.
Okay, you saw Transformers.
What made you go see Transformers?
Yeah, that's a good ass question. There we go.
I knew that it would be I didn't go see it full transparency. I watched it here at the crib. And I knew I didn't need to like 100% pay attention to it. So I could work while it was on the background and kind of look up at it and be like, oh, okay, cool, this is going on. If anything, I had to pause it a couple times, get back to it, boom. Yeah.
Some background notes. That makes sense. Did
it hold your attention? Was it interesting? Did you like it? Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
You didn't like it. Got it. It didn't hold your attention.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
And I only ask because I'm just a lot of other people feel the same way G feel. Like, yeah, niggas probably want to see some of the stuff, but like they're not really about to stop what they got going on throughout their every day to go to the theater to see these movies. Unless, like I said, they really want to see them. Or unless they feel like they about to get something that, they can't get from home, which most of the time we not. Unless you go to that shit I've been hearing people talk about, what is it, the 4DX theater or something?
I didn't experience that.
Yeah, those things
the mist and the water squirting your face and all that shit when some shit happened. Like, I ain't been there. I want to try it though.
My face. That sounds crazy. I ain't do all that. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an immersive experience of whatever you're watching. So I do want to see Mission Impossible. Underwater? I want to try Mission Impossible in that shit.
Yeah, I heard I
think it's only in Atlantic Station here, Dre.
I know. I watched. I did sit in a joint where like the seats move around and the screen is like 180. Like I sat in something like that. I think I watched Alita Battle Angel in that. Like, so it's pretty dope, like from shoulder to shoulder with screen. I thought that was pretty dope, you know. It was cool. Like most of that part of the screen from like, I don't know, like the extended screen that's on your right and your left. I mean, that's just you don't really need all that information, but it was dope though.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, man. I don't know, yo.
I know I go to the theater, so I can't be distracted by my phone because I'm watching movies at the crib. I'll pause that bitch. Like even if it's good or like the crazy nerd in me, like me and my friend was having some jokes about on Instagram, like somebody pop up, I'm interested in him. I'm pulling my phone. I'm like, nigga, who is this person? Like, what's your background? I'm like, how you get here? I'm curious. I'm like, okay, I think you're talented. All right, I'm like, nigga, I'm like, how you? Where you been at? Where else have I seen you on? Like, what else coming up? What's coming up next? The next thing I know, I'm like, damn, I missed like 10 minutes of the movie. I need to go back, rewind that shit. And after a while, like some other shit might pop up. Like, so I go to the movie.
Amazon does that though.
With the little
like when you, like it pulls up and then the actors that are in the scene, it pulls up and then you can highlight them and go to like their all their films and stuff like that. But it's easier on the phone. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
I ain't even mad at it. I ain't even mad at it.
Yeah, I like this shit. That's why I be like, go to the theater. So I know it's dark. And I put my phone out. It's gonna be a big ass bright distraction. So let me sit in the theater, check shit out. So I thought this past June was gonna be like a big ass month, like every other week. Kind of like how summer is supposed to go. Like you got hit after hit. Something like Spider-Man, kind of the Boogeyman, the Flash, obviously. Now Indiana Jones, and shit, we only had one big movie out of the month. That's crazy to me.
Right.
Like, that gives me.
Yeah, and y'all heard Flash actually lost more being released than it would have lost if they would have just canceled it.
Oof. That's a hard hit.
I think the money. Yeah, they lost like a lot. That's like the biggest box office bomb in history, I think.
Like what they should do if they want some more money back is release Batgirl. I bet you motherfuckers.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at this stage. Like the movie's done, right? I mean, even if it's trash, you can still get some people to watch it just for the sake of watching it, and you get a little bit of something back at least.
Exactly. I'm like, shit, they released Snyder Cut. I'm like, put out Batgirl. I'm like, it's a woman that's a superhero. It's a different demographic.
Snyder Cut only worked because it released on HBO Max. I don't know if it works if they release that in the theaters. I don't know if niggas going to watch a movie for 6 hours, or 5, however long that shit. That shit was long as shit. But like, we love it because we love that type of shit. Yeah. That shit worked as like a little mini series. But
yeah, people aren't going to invest that kind of time going to the theater. No, you're right, because it turns into an 8-hour day. Yeah. Right, and now it's your job. Like you got to get up and go, and then sit down, and then do the whole thing, and then you got to go back home. Like that's yeah, man. That's an 8-hour workday.
And that's the thing too. Do people have the luxury time like they used to carve out time to go to the theaters anymore?
I think with the pandemic, they got enough time.
Well, yeah, with the pandemic, but
we all realize that we don't need to be at work for 40 hours to get 40 hours of work done. So they can find the time.
Because it ain't even 40 hours of work to be done.
Right. Yep. So they can find the time.
Yeah, it's all about
a little bit of pros and cons and devil's advocate.
All about one, two. All right, so June was a wash. I think I said it last episode or episode before that. Is Tom Cruise about to save the summer once again? Like, is Mission Impossible about to go through the roof next week? I'm seeing that bitch. If I don't see it on Tuesday, I'm gonna see it like Wednesday. Like,
when does it officially drop?
The 12th, next Wednesday. officially,
Okay.
but I think like there's an early screening out here on Sunday, which I can't attend because it's like at 2 or 3 o'clock. I'm gonna be working, and then they might have early shows either early as Monday because I think they wanted to get ahead of Oppenheimer next Friday, so they want to release it like right in the middle of the week and the summertime. So why not?
Yeah, I
Question:
want to see Oppenheimer on something
like,
crazy too.
Will everybody be able to watch Mission Impossible and be able to talk about this shit next week?
No.
Next week. Or just the following week after? Because I mean, I'm trying to see that shit like whenever it dropped, like soon as it dropped.
Yeah, like
I just don't know the actual date.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah, when does it drop? It drops next Wednesday? No, it doesn't drop next Wednesday. I'm talking about being able to talk next Wednesday.
Yeah, like or Thursday, or like how fast can we get to the theaters? G automatically said no because he said fuck you, Tom Cruise.
I'm being real.
He said, what you doing?
I'm being real. I ain't gonna be able to see that joint.
No, I mean Tom Cruise is the only motherfucker I still feel like is super serious about his shit.
Yeah,
so
that's
just
true.
for that alone, I'm gonna go check it out just because you know what I'm saying. I know like he really values making, and I mean he's proven time and time that he got his niche, and that shit is he know what he doing.
Yeah, like I love he's like I make movies to be seen in movie theaters, so I'm here for
He's
all.
only proved that he knows what he's doing. I don't know the last thing Tom Cruise has been in that was trash.
But I feel like he's also been selecting and just being smart with what he's been tapping into, because really just been like I think about it, like at least like the last 10 years is really just him being action man. Like
Yeah, that's his lane though. Why not? I feel it.
But I mean, if you look back at Tom Cruise's like whole career, like he's like dipped and dived in a bunch of stuff. So he's been like I said, recently he's been action man, but he had Vanilla Sky early 2000. He had Cocktail back in the day with him. I believe was it Robert Redford, I believe, or I might be mistaken. My classic white man. I feel like this. If it's not him, it's somebody else. Sorry.
Risky business, all that
risky,
shit.
like, so he tapped into a bunch of different things. So, but I feel like honestly, he's not challenging himself, but he's like tapping into I don't say what makes money, but like what makes people feel good and have a good time in the theaters. Like I said, it's between Mission Impossible and shit. Damn, what's the other movie? He did Top Gun last year. And he tried that. What was that movie that came? Was it 2012? He was in outer space. I thought it was all right, but I can't remember the name. It was like him and Morgan Freeman.
Oh, you talking about Oblivion?
Oblivion, yeah.
Oh yeah, Oblivion, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Soundtrack for that shit fire too, by the way.
Right.
And the director for that shit is fire too, by the way.
Yeah. Like he did Jack
Joseph Kosinski, his name.
I think so.
The dude who did Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
Actually, and the dude who directed Maverick. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, he's been an action man for the past decade, which I don't blame him. Like, if it's hitting, this shit, why not run it back? I'm gonna see that shit in IMAX.
Because I mean, action movies, I still feel like universally people still love to watch action movies, especially if they're good. And if you're a person that people still like to watch, you know what I'm saying? And I think Tom Cruise still has a cult following. So as long as he keep dropping good shit. But he's single-handedly right now keeping the genre alive for the most part.
Yeah.
In like a not corny ass way.
I agree with that.
I'm like shit, who else is really left that's still going out there? I guess there's something like it's him, Denzel.
So yeah, Denzel. But this also brings up another thing. An article I saw where they were saying there's like I guess a Marvel curse. Once you become a Marvel superhero, none of your movies after that hit anymore. And I almost agree, but I don't agree when it comes to Chris Hemsworth. I think his movies still slap after Thor. But I don't know if that's just because Thor was so underserviced as a character in the MCU.
Right.
Versus like Tom Holland. You know, Spider-Man was just so astronomical, nigga. Nothing no other movies he would have done after that.
I think we didn't get enough
talked
time.
about.
I think we didn't get enough time to like sit in that last Thor before Extraction came out. Right. So like Thor came out and then a few months later Extraction was here and you're like, oh yeah, no man, we in there, you know? Like so I think he got blessed with a good project. I mean, I don't know who else has done some MCU work and their movies have been trashed since then. I mean, has Christian Bale done anything recently?
Nah, not that I can think of.
Nah, he was in that movie that nobody saw. Him, Margot Robbie, John David Washington. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's a good movie. Nah, that's a good movie, man. I like that movie.
Wait,
I know what you're talking about.
Like,
is that Margot Robbie? Is that her?
Yep. Do you remember the name of the movie? Because I can remember. If I know it's probably on Mac.
It's like a time. Is it like a period piece?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
You said what's it called, G?
Oh, I know what y'all talking about. I haven't seen it though. Not because I don't want to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Amsterdam. And Christian Bale.
Okay, yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that but I mean, Christian Bale ain't like a title character in Marvel though.
That's true.
So
that's true.
You just saying it's only like people were saying, or the article was just saying, just a MCU curse, not a superhero curse.
I think I just heard it in terms of like the MCU. Because it like they were saying like even Angelina Jolie, once she did Eternals, like none of the niggas from Eternals have gotten like better stuff afterwards. Because people look at like once you get the MCU role, that's like the holy grail of roles. Like nigga, you've reached the top of the mountaintop.
It used to be back in the day, phase the Infinity Saga phase maybe, but now, nah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I thought about that before. Like, shit, you think about Robert Downey Jr. You know, he did Iron Man. He was like doing one for him. One for MCU, one for him. And at a certain extent, like the only thing that really hit was Sherlock Holmes. Like you had the movie The Judge. Like I heard it was good, but nobody really saw that joint.
The Judge was good.
Yeah. I feel like it was something else, but like he hasn't really like done too much where it's like I gotta go see Robert Downey Jr. in the movie. It's like people want to go see the character. They want to go see.
Well, the last thing he had was Doolittle, right?
Yeah, nobody saw that. That was a
bomb. Or was it something? Yeah, I know that super flop, belly flop.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Tom Holland, he had Uncharted. I think it did decently. I think it did okay. Like I don't know if a sequel's coming out, but I saw it.
I don't think I've seen it. I don't really. I fell asleep. I don't think it was bad from what I watched. I heard it wasn't that good. You said you heard it wasn't that good?
Yeah, I heard it wasn't that good. Like they was talking about.
That's because niggas don't like Mark Wahlberg no more because they done found out he beat up Asian niggas when he was younger. He was racist. So he's starting to catch a lot of backlash on his shit.
I'm not laughing at him beating up Asian niggas. I'm laughing just how you said it, y'all. If y'all watched it.
I mean, that's what I was reporting. I just like you know what I'm saying? Niggas, that's what it is. Like, because I seen them going ham on that nigga. They was like, oh, this nigga, it came out that he was, he actually went to prison and charged for race crimes back in the day.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I was like, damn, we can't like no niggas these days.
Everybody got a pass, man.
Ain't no choice but to make niggas. Yeah, that's true. And it's like you do your best to try to separate niggas from the art from personal lives. And I think honestly that has kind of just affected more than movies. I think we just got too much access to shit.
That goes back to what you were saying earlier with the social media. Like we see these people doing everything, right? People at the Met Gala and doing a bunch of shit, and they just They just get in spotlight because they're just them, and then
Yeah.
you're like, well, what is it that you do? You come in here in a fancy suit. All right. What else? You just an actor. Okay. Actors ain't saving lives. Like, I know
Yeah.
people want to play that whole thing where it's like, you changed my life, da da da, but we're not solving world hunger and all that thing. That's why people doing that stuff on another end based off of what they get from acting. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the job itself, you're not saving lives with the job. You know?
Speaking of saving
Yeah,
lives,
man. Oh yeah.
they found Superman and
Yeah, I
Lois
don't know. I
for
just
Superman Legacy.
yeah. And I think honestly, I think just the allure is gone. I think that's probably why superhero stuff is typically what does well, because that's when you go see that, like that's the furthest thing from reality. And I think a lot of the times reality is stranger than the movies niggas can go watch these days.
True.
Like from watching. So I don't know, bro. Like I'm an avid, I ain't gonna lie, like I believe years down the line, we'll look back and realize social media was a mistake. I currently now today believe it was a mistake and has ruined a lot of shit that we probably don't even really comprehend even now. But I don't know, man. I feel like just giving us access, like, because before a movie can even drop, you got leaks, you got niggas who
Yeah.
got inside information from wherever, and it's just like before some shit can even drop, all the best parts about it have been leaked, and just so somebody can be first with information. And you don't even care about doing that if you don't have social media.
That's
Right.
very true. I agree with that. I agree with that
That's why I be
So
trying
it's
to like
just
watch it like obviously,
that clout shit.
yeah, like people love that shit. That's why I be trying to hurt me if it's something new that I want to watch. I'm like, I gotta watch this shit now, or just make
Yeah.
sure I avoid social media for shit the week leading up, because some people might watch this shit earlier. Like I had a homie who was watching. We was watching Power, but he had like the Stars extra access or whatever it was. And I think I probably had
Mm.
fallen off by the time anyway. But he was like talking about it on Twitter, like what was happening. I was like, "How you talking about this?" I'm like, "Don't this show come out Sunday night?" He was talking about it Saturday night. I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "So this gonna happen?" I'm like, "Do I need to watch the episode now? Like, what's the point?"
Everybody's trying to get the information
Yeah.
out first. Look at me. I got
Yep.
it out first. Doesn't even matter if it's necessarily right. They just
Yeah,
want that little bit of street
yeah.
cred.
That's it. Who can be first? It don't even matter about. And that's with real life news too. Nigga, like shit that should be accurate, but motherfuckers, it's about who can deliver the news first. Oh, if we fuck up later, then okay, whatever. But you know,
Ah man.
see your boy, the thing like even with the Jonathan Major shit,
Oh, that
everybody was so loud when no evidence. Now that the truth that came out is crickets.
And I'm like, until like it's done. Like I hope it's done, but I don't know if you saw they got the Rolling Stone article that dropped pretty much like a couple of days after, maybe sometime late last week, where it was like he was up there allegedly like abusing people at Yale, like mentally or whatever, and physically. I was like, wait, what happened? Like, some are calling it a hit piece. I don't know. I haven't got a chance to read it all the way through. I saw like certain excerpts from it, but I'm like, man, they are going hard in the paint with this. Also, if you hear a helicopter
But
in the
my thing is,
background,
why ain't none of this shit come out before though, bro? Like it's like niggas play leapfrog. It's like once one person say something, now everybody want to hop on the shit, and then it's like, all right, and it's like I know they say just believe motherfuckers, but no, because people lie, dog. And then the thing that pissed me off about that is just like it makes it harder for people to believe the motherfuckers who really are telling the truth. So
yeah,
it fucks everybody up in the end. And the only person that what I'm saying is it's just fucked up, bro.
yeah, it's a weird trickle down effect. Shit, I mean, I feel like everything just comes back to social media. I'm like, I don't know how the hell we got here, but we did. talking about just like the whole social media effect on the whole industry, which is a wild trip. I mentioned Superman and Lois, the cast, the David Corn Sweat guy, which I had a good feeling they would, because just looking at him, like he looks like Superman, just like just the look, his face. But I haven't watched
more than the other dudes did.
Yeah, like they had to do Tom Brittany. I was like, if they're going for a different look. Like you, like Superman's gonna throw hands. Like he should have been cast in fucking Zack Snyder's Superman. He's gonna be Superman because he looked like he was he had like a gritty ass look. I'm like, I don't know what look you want to go for. You're trying to be more lighter Superman. Like that dude, like he might slap somebody off top. But I ain't seen no his work, so sorry, Tom Brittany. Like I want no beef. Just saying.
Yeah. Nah, who they got looks like Superman. And I saw a bunch of people like, oh, he looks just like Henry Cavill. Well, yeah, because Henry Cavill
looked like Superman. Right.
Right.
So
fucking idiots. So yes, that's exactly the point. But I like the casting. I think the chick, I've never seen her or nothing, but she looked dope as a Lois Lane. So I'm cool with it so far. I ain't got no complaints or nothing.
Yeah, like everybody keeps saying about her being I believe she won an Emmy for Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is on Amazon Prime or Amazon, I should say.
Okay.
So I might have to like tap.
She won an Emmy for that? So I gotta check that out.
Yeah, so I'm like, I heard about the show. I remember my acting coach, she was asking, she was like,
yeah, I heard it's good.
Yeah, I'm like, I haven't, at the time I didn't have Amazon, so I'm like, I might have to check it out now since I do have it. For sure. And David was on, I think he's on some Netflix show called Hollywood that was on. He was in the movie Pearl, the prequel to X.
I seen Pearl.
You seen Pearl?
Yeah, I seen Pearl.
So you've seen the prequel to what? It's a prequel to X, the horror movie. Yeah, I saw
T.I. West, director T.I. West.
Yeah, I saw it. X was a trip, so I need to watch Pearl real quick because I think Maxine's supposed to drop later this year. I hope.
Yeah, that's the third one. Yeah.
I ain't seen any of those. Check those out.
Yeah, they like some art house horror films, like indie. Joints. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you seen they also got whatchamacallit, were they negotiating with both of the what's them two niggas, the brothers that's in Hollywood? Alex Skarsgård and what's the other Bill Skarsgård for Lex Luthor. Yeah, for Lex.
I can see either one of them. I feel like
I see Bill Skarsgård doing it.
I'm like,
I think they should cast them both, but they should use Alexander for a totally different character. I see Bill definitely as Lex Luthor.
I feel like I think they should use Alexander because I've seen him on a couple. Obviously, we've seen other stuff, but he was just in Succession, right? And I don't say he's a hotter name than his brother or whatever. I feel like they both kind of like on the same level at this point, just like being hot in the industry. But it was pretty much from what I heard, like he was kind of already playing a Lex Luthor type, and since he's already into the Warner Brothers fam, it probably just be easier transition. So him being Alexander Luthor, Alexander Skarsgård, it might just slide there right in there. But hey, Lex playing Lex, so I can see that. I wouldn't be shocked ever seeing John Wick Chapter 4 with Bill playing a lunatic over there, him coming over being Lex Luthor. I can see that as well.
Yeah. Or either way it go, I think both of them being a part of that would be dope. Whether it's two different characters or the same character.
Yeah, like you brought that up. I didn't think about that. That'd be kind of fire.
Yeah.
Both of them playing Lex?
Yeah.
Or just both of them being in it as either two different characters.
Got you. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking two different characters, and they cast Nicholas Hoult because initially they wanted him to be Lex, but then he put his name in the front
I
of
ain't really a
Superman.
Nicholas Hoult fan, so I don't really care what.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know. I can see any three of them being.
Boy, you posing for the pick.
You said what? Damn, did I lose everybody? G Frozen 2? All right, guys. Awkward.
Did
It's
some dope
recorded.
deep dives.
It's
Oh,
recorded. It's
we
there.
back.
Oh, he's back.
We bite. We
We
bite.
bite. We bite.
I was man, I'm like, he didn't come back after a while. I was like, hey y'all, so my internet went out and I'm about to I'm like, that's the end of the episode anyway. It might be a good time anyway. I was like, I'm over like because I saw like Dre freezing like his, going in and out on the screen. It says, his name or whatever. And I thought I saw Juice freeze for a second, and I'm looking at G. I was like, I think it's just me and G. And I was like, wait, G's frozen too? And I was like, what the? So I was getting ready to look at my internet. It just clicked off. I was like, all right, what the hell? I'm like, I know I paid my bills, so it made no sense.
Right.
And I was like, I'm like,
We
Zoom,
paid the bill.
I'm like, not even like the internet bill. I'm thinking like the damn Zoom bill. I was like, well, I should have all the room, all the storage. Just bullshit.
Right.
Fucking, see, that's what we get talking about the internet.
What the weather been like out there though? I know weather here been fucking bipolar as shit.
Really like it. This is like the first real like probably week plus where it hasn't. I don't say randomly rained. Like I want to say either late Monday. I want to say early last Monday or maybe like that Friday. I woke up and I went outside getting ready to go to the gym before I went to work, and it was like just light sprinkles all of a sudden. I was like, "Nigga, supposed to be like 75 today." So it's been like on some weird shit. So it's finally starting to heat up, but I'm hoping that it doesn't get too hot where it stays like maybe high as like 85 because either gonna like gradually increase and be hot as hell or it's gonna be chill and so hopefully I'm not hoping by August where it's 110 degrees and we dying the whole month because we ain't gonna make it in our apartment. like
110 sounds wild.
dog 4 years ago during lockdown like Jasmine and I left like the weekend it got bonkers. Like we like went to Palm Springs and we got a hotel for like good 3-4 days because
I'm not even mad at that.
like that weekend it jumped up from being like 94 to like 110 for a good 3 days and we got lucky because we ain't like we was looking at it was like it's supposed to be like 100 and then we found out it was like the highest heat wave all weekend right here. We was like went to Palm Springs right on time some AC because some reason Californians, unless you have some new ass apartment, there is no AC in any apartment or any house. It makes no sense. I'm like, so y'all
nigga look like Joe Budden.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all decided to put heaters in, but no AC. Like it make like none of these shits happen. Like older houses, like y'all got no AC. They got fans just everywhere. So we just out there sizzling, nigga, just everywhere you go. So I'm like, where we going? I be asking like, who else we going over? I gotta make sure. I'm like, what the hell I'm wearing? So I go to her grandparents' house during summertime. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. I ain't wearing no jacket. It's too hot.
Nah, I feel that.
Like it's fucking October. I'm like, all right, make sure I take my jacket off. I'm like, first thing I get, hey, where coat hat rack at? Take my shit off quick.
You gotta plan accordingly, yo.
Yeah. So I'm hoping like I think it says it's gonna be like a high of 70, 76 next Tuesday. So that shit going up and down out here. Doing some weird shit. But the high is getting closer to the low. So it's like a low 63 and high 76. So we have like, good, decent nights, but it's not too crazy.
It's been almost 100 here, nigga.
Nah, that's true. But it was lightning all in the middle of the day, though.
Hey, so don't know if you could tell, but at the end of the video, or at least definitely at the end of the video, got cut off. My internet went out, so my internet is a little unstable at the moment. So the video is definitely going to be choppy, which I noticed at the end, at least on my end. Audio is still going well, but video isn't too much. So that's why you see me when you're watching this pop up and or you listen to this at the end. You're like, hey, he's back. Because my side broke down. Everything was good on their end. My side broke down. But that's what you get for talking about the internet having too much access, like we were discussing throughout the podcast. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, please, like I said before, follow us, tell a friend. We got good content coming. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks when we discuss Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, if they choose to accept the mission because I don't know if you noticed, we haven't been really following through on our namesake. But we'll see. I'll catch y'all next time for the rest of the movie Disciples. I'm Hollywood Hunter, aka The Assembler, aka y'all know who I am. I'll catch y'all next time.